that's so funny that you guys literally already had a Noah Samsen video lined up for this.
Critter behind me. Psst, psst. Babe. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Noah Samsen channel from youtube.com.
Let's take a
I'm
look.
Noah, hi. We are back in the yard
Let's
again.
dive in. Fuck it.
Grease manned up, hanging out. That's not grease, that's water.
Look at this motherfucker, bro. Yo, get your own aesthetic, dog. Okay?
I just showered.
Don't make me fucking Noah, do not make me fucking run around with a goddamn mustache. Do you understand? Do not watch unless you're young gravy.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who
What the fuck? That's insane, dude. Good for her. I mean, goddamn. Holy shit. All right, let's get back to
for
this.
anyone who is into that. Today I want to show you guys some of my favorite TikToks from the genre of TikTok called nichetok or corecore or pinkcore. I don't really
As
know
a porn star,
specifically
Melissa
what
Lynn.
designates
God,
these different
okay,
hashtags
thank
or
you.
these genres between each other. They all have similar styles and themes and common motifs. I've organized them into some general categories that we're going to just go through one at a time, but a lot of them contain elements of each of the categories. And they do have copyrighted music that I don't want to change because I want to preserve the vibe, because I do think these are like little mini art pieces that I really do appreciate and enjoy for the most part. So that means this is not going to be able to be monetized, so make sure you like the video so you can bump it in the algorithm, unlike my last video, which got age restricted, and I wonder why it got age restricted. There's just no way to know. Alright, so the first category of nichetok or corecore video I want to play are the silly and whimsical ones. Let's start out with one now. So how do we feel about watching that? This is the format, right? It's a compilation of different clips from movies, shows, animes, video games, tied together with some kind of music and similar sort of vibe. My favorite part of this one is the clip of Kevin Gates humping the air for like 10 strokes and it's sped up, and the picture of the girl in lingerie with a big wolf man. There's just interesting stuff all put together. It creates a feeling, you know, creates just a vibe.
I left my yard filled in 50s, didn't remember my back card. I really wish bro was with me. He got 8 on his back like Lampard. That can't be a up trying to diss me. He was in an interview, me singing ballads. Ain't none of them things, he's a wallad. Like how you don't feel embarrassed.
This is great.
This one's just awesome. The vibe of the song and the clips all kind of matching that street racing aesthetic with animated clips as well as real clips. A little bit of silly dancing here and there. It's fun, you know, I like it. I think it's good. And I think it's good that TikTok has good stuff on it sometimes.
What I've got is I've got a nice large nan. My nan's dad.
Nan. My nan is dead.
Attention.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Well, how come the stuff that lives in it doesn't want to live in it? You'd rather live in the north than live in...
Yes, I was thinking about ordering the videotape, about the college girls and the wild.
The NYP murdered in broad daylight. Do not click, bro. What are you doing? What the fuck? No, I will not be clicking.
The wildness. They're going wild or something. Somebody told me about going wild.
So again, we have lots of silly and fun clips. The first one starts out with the guy saying that his mom or his grandma's dead.
He's
a clip
not!
of a punchline to a joke with no context and then just hysterical laughter. A very old clip of a hockey game. I don't know when from. Maybe someone who knows in the comments could let me know. With a picture of Squidward overlaid on top right at the end. I don't know. You watch it and it makes you feel a type of way that's hard to explain. Not like it's like...
We're going to do An Idiot Abroad China. Wait, we can't fucking watch this. This is like copyrighted, isn't it? This is like the only thing that Ricky Gervais has done that's good. Anyway, fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, we are going to watch the end of whatchamacallit, the end of Joe Schmo after this, okay?
Like super deep or anything. All right,
coming.
last one of the silly and
I gotta
fun
pee though.
ones. Here we go.
And I'm heating up my food.
ending with a silly cat pic being drone-stricken. It's good. It's so good. Seriously, the people who make these are artists. There's 2 clips from movies there, one from American Psycho and one from, I think it's Prisoners, that represent kind of a lone, estranged male protagonist. Clips from American Psycho, depending on who's using them, can be funny and silly or fascist. And yeah, as we get into the sad ones, we'll see a little bit more of that. All right, next up, we're going to look at some of these TikToks that are kind of contemplative or aesthetic. Like, I just think they put off a good vibe. The people that put the compilations together do a good job, and yeah, they kind of titillate your brain.
What's 9 plus 10?
I can fix that.
The clip of the guy just standing there with a straight face with what looks like his house burning down in the background, I think is especially evocative. What's the backstory here? What happened? Why is he standing so just still and normal? I guess if your house is on fire and you're waiting for, the fire department, there's not much you can do other than stand there and maybe record it. And maybe you don't really like that house that much anyway, so it burning down isn't a big deal. I also really like the clip of the girl remaking that scene from Blade Runner 2049 of the big glowing purple advertisement Joy sort of pointing down at Ryan Gosling, just tossed in there. It's really interesting to me. Oh, what was the next one?
You get devoured by a devil. Devoured.
So this one's approaching that sort of melancholy. That's a theme throughout a lot of these. Clips of decay and death, of plants and fruits dying, people alone, crying, running from something, screaming, the blood draining down the forehead. I don't know what the context of that is, but it's a beautiful image, series of images, which makes a video or a clip or a GIF, depending. Well, look who's FaceTiming me right now. It's Rose Ramden. I should probably pick up, huh?
Oh, wait, I was just doing a crazy dance.
Shit, crazy dance. Look what I'm doing. Recording. The Rizzler.
I just edited a video.
Really?
Yeah, we're Twizzy Rich.
I'm doing nichetok. I'm looking at nichetok, and I'm gonna mention your video because you did it. We're looking at sad ones soon, but
oh my lord.
Very relevant FaceTime.
Hi, it's
Corecore, from what I understand, is just like vibes based, and it basically is going to turn into something that is dark, as everything ultimately turns on the internet. Okay, it's just like, it's just like vibes based compilations that incels overtake and turn into something different. That's what it feels like. A visual mood board that incels basically overtook and turned into like incel agitprop or something, which of course is literally a tale as old as time itself, especially on the internet. Reddit. I've talked about this a lot back in the day. Subreddits oftentimes will devolve into that every single time. And if it can't devolve into like a right-wing subreddit, then they'll just turn around. If it's like heavily moderated, they'll turn around and make their own version that is right-wing of the subreddit. So I guess TikTok trends is another avenue to do something like that.
It's me, Rose from Roramden YouTube.
Subscribe to roramdenyoutube.com.
I am from Slovenia. We would love your subscription. We love it. Happy niche talking.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, see ya. Love you.
Yeah, love you.
All right, it's dark now, so I'm going to move the setup. Casey Neistat style. Whoa. Bah. 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 All right. Look, I know the footage is grainy, but that's gonna have to be something that we deal with down the line in post. All right, next niche talk corecore. Here we go. Notice the brief hint of rage, the clip of someone screaming and punching a wall. Even in these ones that are very focused on the artistic elements of, you know, compilation and finding very emotive images, you still have kind of an underlying sadness. It goes with the music as well. Maybe these are too sad. Maybe the only reason I am into them and like them is because I've been sad lately. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think media that helps us feel our emotions harder is good. There are obviously issues with romanticizing it. Ro, who we saw earlier, has a really good video on that called Men Are Miserable, TikTok's Depression Pipeline. That's a super good video. I'll leave that linked in the description. But in that video, there's a discussion of dealing with masculinity and sadness as a man. And these first couple ones we're going to look at are kind of in the positive realm of dealing with that sadness, showing imagery that people empathize with that evokes a certain sadness without taking it to a level of romanticization necessarily, at least not intrinsically. Let's watch.
Oh God. Isn't this him talk? Isn't this like?
Sleep lonely tonight? Yeah.
Something never felt kind of okay. I just never felt okay.
That's about Anthony Bourdain, right?
Superpower,
Right.
invisibility or flight.
Right.
I'm already invisible.
I haven't felt good for a long time. You know, I haven't felt good. For a couple years, it's something that been bothering me.
Oh God, it's like fucking depression talk. This is like Suey fuel. This is
I'm
literally
so curious
like
about that podcast episode, why someone was feeling that many emotions with Joe Rogan. That I've never seen that before. So I'm interested if anyone knows what episode that is.
Yeah, it's Anthony
hit me up, let me
Bourdain,
know
brother.
what happened.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
like,
I knew
why
immediately because
we're
I
talking
watched
about how
he's talking about Anthony Bourdain and Anthony Bourdain's suicide and like what that made him feel. I know that because I watched a documentary about Anthony Bourdain. And he basically talks about that. I mean, he was on the Joe Rogan Encyclopedia. No, I didn't know that it was. I've never seen that clip before, but I know that I've seen him cry when talking about Anthony Bourdain. So I know he's talking about Anthony Bourdain. Trigger warning on the last one. They played the last Wreckful clip. That is crazy.
oh, you don't feel good. I mean, that's a good thing to open up about that. Like, read some of these comments. I haven't felt good for a long time. Having no one to care for you as a child completely destroys your mind's perspective of this life. And then the creator responded, real. Real being the sort of origin of this, I think, style of sad slideshows with sort of emotive music. I just feel lost. Me for real. Target audience reached. Wubba lubba dub dub. I can't cry. Real. The voices are getting louder.
What the fuck?
Look who I got with me. Say hello, babe.
Okay, man. We're looking at
Oh,
something
demon.
niche.
Okay,
Calm
bye.
down. Not everything.
Babito,
Not every
babito,
moment is
babito.
going to be happiness and laughter.
Kick him in when he's
Okay.
down.
I'm interested in learning more about this.
Jimmy, you are always down.
I'd rather get some shut eye.
You want to feel something real.
Yeah.
Remember
Es lo que quieres tú. Lo que quiero. Respeto.
I like this one a lot, and I placed it in the positive category because of this sort of acknowledgement of the fact that, yes, what's going on here is a romanticization of sadness. One that is, you know, important to feel sadness, to be able to feel that emotion and sit with it, but also when lingered upon or when surrounded or consumed.
I think I'm like, you know, we talk about like mental illness and like neurodivergencies or whatever, but like this shit doesn't appeal to me at all. So I think like if there's a type of mental illness that I've been able to avoid, it's like depression. You know what I mean? Like I watch that and it's nothing for me. It does nothing. I'm like, why are you? I look at that and I go, why are you looking at that? That's so odd. Stop looking at that. That's what my brain says. And I don't know. It's just like, I guess it's for people who have a tendency to do self-harm or like have like romanticized it or something. I don't fucking understand it. I literally do not comprehend it. I'm lucky. I am lucky. I recognize that. I recognize my luck, okay, in that regard. But I also don't think that it's like healthy, especially if you're like a fucking 14-year-old, you know what I mean? And you got broken up with for the first time in your goddamn life and you like think it's over, everything is over, your life is over.
With media that somehow amplifies it, you know, that's not great, right? So this meme here is kind of saying, let's keep in perspective what's going on here. And also the multiple TikTok slideshow text overlays, which means they're saved on TikTok. That's like a nice touch. I appreciate when those aren't cropped out. It's honest, you know. Also 2 clips of a male protagonist or a male character being slighted or being.
You didn't grow up being told your future is fucked? Bitch. I'm the first generation of that. What are you talking about? Like, it's my generation and the generation that comes after me knows that there is like no good fucking future. What are you talking about?
Insulted by a female character makes you wonder what that's trying to say, you know? Devoid of context, it's painting the image of the lone man down in the dumps or at the lowest point, yet being kicked while he's down. And who knows, they could, you know, deserve it or maybe they don't. But when combined with the aesthetic of, you know, loneliness and sadness and justified sadness and the music and everything, it's that's where we begin to approach this sort of kind of toxic elements of the sadness.
For one thing, my parents, for some reason, they look and sound different. Like Kim and Kanye.
Hi, Charlotte.
I'm a genius! I'm telling you, I look in your face and I know that you're lying! Get out!
There are so many stars visible in New Mexico. I will walk out there to get a better look.
What the fuck? Okay, this is pretty funny. Like, putting that in there is funny, dude.
Okay, so aside from the random sitcom clip that's kind of funny and ridiculous of Kim and Kanye, this one's pretty violent, you know? It starts with a violent outburst, throwing something. Guy throws a lamp while in an argument with a woman. Another man walks out and walks to his death. It appears like he's accepting his...
The creator ship made me more sad than anything else. Wait, really? You know the circle smashing is the hardest quick time in the game, right? Okay, but like knowing that and even knowing all of that, like don't you feel like it betrays the seriousness of what it's supposed to portray, the mood it's supposed to portray? Like that's... No, it adds to it? Oh, okay, so you guys are like weird. Got it. Okay, so you're the target audience. Okay. I think it's funny to fucking literally put that in there.
His fate. This old God of War clip is, you know, it's definitely sad, but it's also hilarious that they made a mini game out of trying to distance yourself from someone that's trying to show you affection. I don't know if this is his daughter or what, but smashing circle to keep her off you. That's just so funny to me. I don't know. And what is that telling us? You know, what is that communicating? I don't know. It could be anything for anyone, but I find...
Yeah, it's giving press F to pay respects.
This one a little more leaning into that, the bad side of it, because it's glorifying keeping distance or glorifying closing yourself off. Devoid of context, that's what it feels like to me. And then of course the Fight Club and Breaking Bad clips. Yeah, that's textbook markers of some guys not feeling good, and maybe it'll end in a violent outburst. Who knows? Hope not.
Oh my God! Everything is against me!
That's a little palate cleanser there. Some silly clips injected in between the sadness. Part of what's so appealing about these is that towing that line between sadness and being silly, or being silly and embracing silly clips and images and media, almost as a form of like nihilism. You know, I don't know. It's good. Check out the critter behind me. Psst, psst, babe. Bye.
Good morning, guys. It is early. Just so that you know, you get a free red cup today if you buy a holiday drink at Starbucks.
Excuse me, can you make my drink? She's not under. Can you make my drink to the person on farm?
No, move.
Okay, this is good. This is agitprop. I mean, it's real and good. I like that. More of this, please.
What are you not understanding?
What?
I'm gonna be a doctor.
Yeah. How much do you want to make?
I'm gonna make people feel okay.
So I'm moved by this one for a number of reasons, and none of them are good. The woman who starts the video, who has this sort of DIY TikTok voice, she's doing millennial Starbucks agitprop to promote this red cup day or whatever. And then it hard cuts to all of the horrors that go into making a day like that possible. The reprehensible exploitation of the workers, the physical after effects of a culture of extravagant consumption. Or how about this street interviewer who's asking this kid what he wants to be when he grows up, and instead of following that up with the question like, why? She immediately asks what he wants his salary to be. After watching this, my faith in humanity is only salvaged by the kid's response here when he says that, you know, in a genuine manner, he wants to help people.
That's really good. Yeah. Just like the faith in humanity is restored at the top of the hour when you know a 3-minute ad break is coming and you're like, oh, everything is okay. Like things are still happening. Time is still passing. We know that another hour has crossed. And here we go with your fucking tomato tosses. Your boos mean nothing to me when I have seen what makes you cheer. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I like to cheer for the top of the hour ad break. An opportunity for ad break avoidance. Okay? By subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's a 3-minute ad break now.
And also, of course, by the random still image of Dean Norris on a boat that was inserted into the middle of this clip for some reason. I like this one a lot. I think it represents sort of a turn into an anti-capitalist aesthetic that many of these types of posts have started to incorporate. Although in the same way that content that is packaged to make you revel in your emotions of sadness, I feel like creating a consumed product out of this aesthetic of anti-capitalism is just like capitalist realism, you know? But that's what we are doing here right now on my channel. So who cares? Who cares? Please like and subscribe. This next one is really disturbing. Content warning, there's some weird clips in here from one bad guy and one sad situation involving suicide.
Guys enjoying girls. Well,
Come on!
Yeah, fine, release me, just say it. Just fucking say it. Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
First of all, Elliot Rodgers didn't even have that. Like, he was rich too. He was just he was peak male entitlement and fucking brain disease.
Do you understand?
I just had a nice day. I'm gonna go offline
This is so
and guess
fucked
I'll
up.
try to find something to watch for a tiny bit before I pass out.
This is so fucked up.
World stuff right now.
He put fucking Elliot Rodgers and Regful in a compilation together. That's insane, dude.
Yeah, this video is just very disturbing to me. So the first clip is of the incel mass shooter, Elliot Rodger. And right off the bat, you know, videos of this person should not be shared without that vital context, without the context that he was a killer, a deeply misogynistic, racist person that murdered innocent people, women. Liking a video of a clip of a guy you don't know talking about feeling alone is one thing, but creating this piece of media, adding in clips from the film Hereditary, devoid of context of a mother shouting at her son, a girl in class looking almost fearful at a boy, and then a clip of someone who shortly after the stream, this is the streamer Wreckful, committed suicide. Just very, very disturbing. And just one small example of the type of kind of radicalizing effect that this place can have, this machine. That video didn't have a lot of likes, it had like 300, but it could make it onto really anyone's page that's been consuming or searching for corecore nichetok. And that's freaky, you know, it's a little weird. Don't like it. So let's end this off with something that's not horrifying and look at some of my favorite ones, two of them from the nichetok gaming category. I love these so much, more than any of the other ones. Let's watch. So these are really a full inversion on the traditional style of a gaming edit that showcases, you know, cool clips, and it tries to make you look really sick and the plays are dope. These are always like weirdly stretched videos of just super uncompelling gameplay of people like missing shots and then falling to their death, or turning and statically like spraying someone and then cat images get plastered over top. It's really so little about the gameplay. It's co-opting the pacing of a gameplay edit only to just use it as a vehicle or a medium for, you know, silly, goofy dancing cats, and I think it's awesome.
Oh, the goat.
This one's like a perfect balance of sadness, being a little bit silly, and going crazy all at the same time. And that's why we love it, and that's why we're gonna end the video on that and not the scary one. So yeah, thanks for...
Okay, so this didn't really paint that narrative picture that I was looking for, which is
what does it mean to be
how it's been overtaken by right-wing
masculine? What does it mean to be a man?
I got this next project, and my next art show is going to make $1 million. And
you're addicted to that.